For some people, cilantro tastes like soap. The reason is one tiny gene. Cilantro is a fresh, citrusy herb to most of the world. But to somewhere between 4 and 14% of people, the same leaf tastes like dish soap. Not slightly off. Soap. The reason isn't taste at all. It's smell. And it traces back to one variant in one olfactory receptor gene, a variant you either have or you don't. The story starts with a class of molecules called aldehydes. Cilantro leaves are loaded with them, specifically a group called long-chain unsaturated aldehydes, with names like E-2-decynyl and E-2-dodecynyl. Chemists describe their smell as fresh, green, slightly fatty, and a little soapy. That last word matters, because the exact same molecules, those same long-chain aldehydes, are also found in the natural fragrance of many soaps and laundry detergents. Soap manufacturers use them on purpose. They smell clean. They smell like a fresh leaf. So at the chemical level, there is no mistake being made. When you bite into cilantro, you really are breathing in molecules that share a fingerprint with what your nose has learned to call soap. The question isn't whether the overlap exists. The question is why most people perceive these aldehydes as green and herbal, while a smaller group perceives the very same molecules as overwhelmingly, unpleasantly soapy. The answer turned out to be in the human genome. Humans have about 400 working olfactory receptor genes, and each one codes for a protein that sits in the lining of your nose, waiting to grab a specific shape of molecule. One of them is called OR6A2. OR6A2 is the receptor most strongly tuned to those long-chain aldehydes, the soap and cilantro overlap compounds. In 2012, a genetics company called 23andMe ran a study on around 30,000 people. They asked one simple question: do you think cilantro tastes like soap? Then they compared the yes and no answers against everyone's DNA. A single region of the genome lit up, and right in the middle of it sat OR6A2. People who carried a particular variant of OR6A2 were significantly more likely to report the soap taste. The variant slightly changes the shape of the receptor protein. That changed shape grabs the aldehyde molecules a little differently, and your brain reads the new signal as soap, not herb. It isn't taste buds. It isn't psychology. It isn't even a strong preference. It's a single inherited tweak in how one olfactory receptor binds one class of molecule. And that one tweak rewrites the entire flavor experience. So how common is the soap variant? It depends on where your ancestors came from. The largest population surveys put the soap taster rate at roughly 4 to 14% overall, but the spread between populations is striking. In people of East Asian descent, the rate is often the highest, sometimes above 20% in some samples. In people of European descent, it sits around 15%. In people of Middle Eastern, South Asian, Latin American, and African descent, populations where cilantro is a staple of the cuisine, the rate is consistently lower, often 3 to 7%. That distribution is not random. It mirrors how long cilantro has been in the local food culture. The longer your ancestors cooked with it, the more likely the soap-tasting variant got selected against. Because if a herb that grew everywhere tasted like soap to you, you'd avoid it, and any culinary advantage went to people who could enjoy it. The gene didn't disappear. It just got less common in places where cilantro was on every plate. The cilantro soap reaction is genuine, it's measurable, and it isn't picky eating. It's a 5,000-year-old conversation between human genetics and one extraordinarily aromatic leaf. That's why cilantro tastes like soap to some. Subscribe to Curious Science for more genetic surprises. Tomorrow, why humans lost their tails, and the jumping gene that did it 25 million years ago.